The story of Ready, Set, Love is set in a world where 1974 pandemic decimated the male population. Only 1% of the babies born were male. Now the situation is even worse. There are only 314 men left in the world. They're treated as precious assets and kept in a safe place called the farm. They have everything they want, but they're not free to leave the farm. When they become old enough, they're paired up with women through a popular reality show called Ready, Set, Love, where they're known as the gentlemen. The show's winners and their partners join the other privileged families who follow the traditional family system, called the family. This year, the show's producer is Jenny, who wants to give everyone a fair chance to win the game show. Her goal is to create a more modern show while keeping the charm of past seasons. She chooses 5 contestants by lottery. May, who loves the gentleman, signs up her sister Day, who doesn't care about the show. May wins and persuades Day to join the show. Day will face contestants like Chanel and Bovi, who are part of the organic gang. They have real fathers, which is a big advantage. The other contestants, except the 5 lottery winners, are either from famous families or very smart and talented. Day learns that May, who has cancer, is rushed to the hospital before the games begin. Day only joined the show to get May an autograph from San, her favorite gentleman. She tells Jenny that she wants to quit, but Jenny says the winners and their families get the best treatment as part of the family. They receive top-notch medical procedures. Day chooses to do her best to win for May. Jenny asks her assistants to make a lot of footage of Day because now they have a family drama for the audience to root for, and that's ratings gold. The games start and many girls are out. Day is the only lottery winner who survives the first round. She needs a gentleman, Almond, San, Max, Jin, or Paper, to rescue her from elimination. San thinks Day is a stalker and says no. He also thinks that she doesn't belong there. Earlier, they met in the bathroom where she asked for his autograph for her little sister. He declined and asked her to follow protocol instead of stalking him. But now he changes his mind when he sees her necklace. It turns out San's father wanted to escape the farm with him when he was a 7-year-old kid. They caught his father, but San got away. He met Day then. She was his friend and let him stay with her. She gave him half of her necklace before they took him back to the farm. He kept his half, and he knows her when he sees hers. He rescues Day because of that. Now she will live on the farm with the other 20 who passed. Day and the other girls are welcomed into their new homes, the farm. Day becomes known as the Lotto Girl, and her sister, who is still hospitalized, celebrates with the nurses. Valentine starts working on the set of Ready, Set, Love. In truth, she joined them to look for her brother. She assures her mother that she'll find him soon. Chanel's mother, Mrs. Kwan, invites San for lunch. She asks Jenny if the plan is still in motion to get San and Chanel together. Jenny assures her that Day is only in the show to boost ratings. It turns out Jenny is pregnant and hiding the truth from Mrs. Kwan. The latter notices that Jenny is acting weird as she wears flats now and refuses to drink alcohol. Later, Jenny meets her partner Nat and complains about her boss always sticking her nose in people's lives. Day is amazed by the luxury of her farmhouse and calls her sister to share her excitement. She and the other girls take part in the first challenge, which is a cooking competition, and the theme is board games, where the top 5 contestants get to choose one of the gentlemen for the date. By staying in the top 5, Day picks San and leaves Chanel with no choice but to take Max. Wearing a dazzling white gown, Day dates San. She heeds her sister's counsel and nibbles on her food to seem refined. She also converses with San about profound subjects, hoping to earn a high rating from him by the date's conclusion. Max gives Chanel a high score as he seems infatuated with her, while San gives Day a very low score. Day confronts San and explains that she was trying to talk to him nicely on their first date, so she doesn't understand why he gave her that score. San replies that first dates are meant for a couple to get to know each other, but sadly, he didn't learn anything about her because she wasn't being genuine. She then reminds him that he's not allowed to judge her while he is sitting in his golden tower and living his government-funded happy life. She insists that she is a good person and trying really hard. Later that night, Day and Almond chat over some food. She confides in him that she was trying to be elegant during her date, so she hardly ate anything. Almond suggests she picks him next time and promises to give her a high score. Sun overhears their conversation and seems displeased. He heads to his room and looks at the necklace that Day gave him when they were kids. Sun was only a child when his dad tried to flee from the farm with him. His dad was captured, but Sun managed to get away. In the midst of this turmoil, he met Day, who was kind to him and gave him a place to stay. Before Sun was found and taken back to the farm, Day shared her necklace with him. Sun keeps his half, and when he sees Day with her half, he recognizes her right away. Almond asks Sun if he is after Day. He confesses that she caught his eye in the audition round. Sun claims he can do whatever he wants because he isn't into her. Later, Sun teases Day by refusing to give her the box of cereal. Bovie notices that Paper is a fan of a musician called Chun as she hears him humming a song of his. She reveals that Chun isn't and has never been on the farm. She then claims to be joking, saying that there are no men outside the farm. Chanel gets scolded by her mom for losing the other night. She makes it clear that her daughter can't fail again. Chanel, who is attracted to Max, lets him know that she'll only ever choose Sun. Chanel wants her mother to approve of her, so she tries to marry Sun even if it hurts her own heart. A guilty Sun apologizes to Day for hurting her feelings. Day confesses that the real reason she's taken part in the competition is to be able to give her sister the best medical care. Sun hopes that she wins it. Day impresses her teammates when she manages to change the tire. They resume competing against the other teams. Chanel changes her mind about Day and sees that she is not so bad. She compliments Day that she isn't half as useless as she thought she were. She says if not for the game, they would have been friends. The two girls still fight for Sun's attention. Chanel beats Day in the contest and picks Sun for a date, while Day ends up with Almond. Day then learns that she's been awarded the special date prize based on the popular vote from viewers at home. She and Almond enjoy a delicious dinner and then dance together. She then drops her necklace and Almond recognizes it and reveals that Sun has got the same kind that fits together. Day realizes that Sun is the kid she helped when they were little. The episode ends with Valentine doing some research and discovering who her brother is. The episode opens with Valentine's mom giving birth to a baby boy and watching him getting snatched from her. Later, she told her daughter how the farm made her believe that she lost her son and that the stress affected her mind and created hallucinations. She confided in her that the government lied and controlled them and that her brother must live on the farm. In the present, the long-lost sibling of Valentine turns out to be Almond. She almost gets caught by security, but Almond stands up for her and lies that he was showing her around for a new shooting location. It turns out that Sun is the friend from days past. We witness scenes of a small Day having fun with a tiny kid she nicknamed Meow Meow. She thought Meow Meow was a girl back then, but now she realizes it was Sun, who was separated from her long ago. Day shared her pendant with Meow Meow when he said he wanted to find his mom, hoping it would keep him safe. Day and Sun are happy to find each other again. They talk about their memories and renew their bond. Day learns what Sun has been through and decides to help him get out of the farm. Paper and Chun have an online conversation, and Chun wants to see him in person. Paper is curious about the outside world, the books and music that Chun enjoys. Paper says he can't leave the farm because it has rigid regulations and he's always monitored by the staff. He tells Bovie about his chat with Chun, and she tells him to go for it. She also suspects that he likes men. Jenny discovers that Valentine has a hidden agenda, and Valentine admits it to her. She reveals that her brother is at the farm, and her mom is eager to see him, since he was snatched from her. Jenny gives her a pass this time, but warns her. Jenny's partner pleads with her to relocate to city ground and enjoy a peaceful life where they can raise their son together. She assures Jenny that she will handle the notification to the farm about their male child so Jenny can avoid the hassle. As they leave, Sun and Day bump into Paper, who is also escaping to meet Chun. They manage to get out, and Paper meets Chun by himself. Valentine finally speaks to Armand, who says he wants his family to leave him alone. He has made peace with his life, and his family shouldn't risk legal trouble for him. Day and Sun have a date. They have a nice time eating together. Then they visit May, who is stunned to see him in front of her. She tells him that she sometimes gives food to the stray cats around because Day used to have a cat named Meow Meow. Sun understands that she means him. May admits that when he went missing, Day wept a lot and searched for him for a long time because she cared for him deeply. Paper meets Chun, who blindfolds him and takes him to the headquarters of City Ground. It's a resistance group that got purged after a failed rebellion. The surviving members went underground and now they're fighting to get their rights back. He tells Paper that Ready Set Love is just propaganda designed to make them think they're free and equal, but in truth it's a system that keeps men as property for the wealthy elite. Paper refuses to believe him, but Chun insists that everything he's saying is true and that their biological moms are either in jail or even worse. Later, Chun sings him a song. Sun informs Day that the show is rigged because no matter how they feel and how hard they try to be together, in the end something will be put in place that won't let them win, since Mrs. Kwan intends to ensure that Chanel wins and marries Sun. He confesses that a while ago, when he realized his fate, he accepted it, but now that he reunited with Day, he wants more. A firework goes off and Sun shivers. The noise brings back the memory of the day he lost his dad. Day hugs him and gives him a kiss. She soothes him and he relaxes. Then he kisses her back. Chun makes Paper promise to come see him again. Paper, Day, and Sun drive back to the farm, and Paper realizes that Day and Sun are now a couple as he sees them holding each other's hands and smiling. The trio consider running away, but they want the system to change and they want to help their friends by exposing the truth about the farm. They ask Valentine for help and together they plan to assist City Ground. Since Sun knows that the competition is rigged and he's close to the owner of Eve Capital because he's been in her house a few times, Valentine plans to use him to find incriminating evidence and release it on socials. The team is unaware that someone is eavesdropping on their conversation. The team plans to help Chanel win the next challenge. Day and the others compete against each other, and Day does her best and manages to get Chanel to win. The latter picks Sun as her date. Later, Bovie urges Chanel to be true to her heart because she knows that she is in love with Max and not Sun. Armand also assists them as he confesses that he was the one who overheard their whole plan the other night. He wants to join them. Later, Sun and Armand chat about Day, and the latter learns that Day is the kid that Sun met the time he escaped. Armand is happy for him for finding her. Sun is doubtful about Armand helping them because he is the kind of guy who is really strict when it comes to the rules, so he isn't sure who is with them. Day urges him to stop overthinking. Chanel tries to set up Max with Bovie, but he insists that he likes her and he doesn't understand what holds her back. He promises that he'll never back down. Sun is invited to Chanel's house and he takes the chance to film her mother. The latter admits that she is the main sponsor of the show and she needs Chanel to win, so she will do whatever it takes. Besides, she admits that it's all been arranged. Valentine and Co. cheer as they manage to get her confession on tape, but Jenny shows up with 2 guards. She tells them that they should all be grateful that she's the one who found them out. She decided to offer them a way out if they all agree to play the game as she instructs. Day loses hope, but Sun comforts her. It turns out earlier he gave Valentine a device that allows her to access the facilities underneath the farm. Valentine uses it and gains access. She is shocked to see women who won't let their sons go to the farm being locked up. They give them drugs to make them helpless. Valentine tries to film the place, but the guards see her. She runs away, but they shoot her and she drops from a bridge. Jenny reveals to Mrs. Kwan that May is sick and Day wants to win for her sake. Day learns that Eve Capital, which belongs to Chanel's parents, is paying for May's treatment and has to follow Mrs. Kwan's orders. This means that Sun and Day can never be together. Chanel keeps winning and picking Sun as her partner, while Day has to pick Armand. Day is among the 5 finalists who will marry the 5 gentlemen and move in with the family. Armand knows that Day is in love with Sun, but he is hoping that she'll give him a chance. He promises to take care of her and her sister. Max is unhappy with the current match. He tells Chanel he loves her for the last time. He promises that she'll be happier with him and pleads with her to choose him. Chanel got her mother's approval by marrying Sun, so she turns him down adamantly, saying that she will choose Sun. But she tells Max that she is still empty and she cries, so he comforts her. It turns out Valentine is alive. She sees May and talks to Almond, Paper, Day and Sun about her plan in the last round. Valentine tells Day that many people are counting on her, so she must prove to everyone that someone like them can win. May also tells Day to pick the one she loves and not worry about her. She promises not to be a burden anymore. Day decides to stop complying and take a stand. She wants to choose the person that she loves. On the final day, Sun, Paper, and Almond install a hacking program on the game show's computer for Valentine to hack. But Jenny learns about Valentine's plan. She knows everything because Almond has been a traitor. This time, Jenny helps Valentine with her plan because she is having a boy. She vows to keep her son with her after his birth. This drives her to reveal the truth about the farm. Chanel wins the game despite Day's hard work, and she gets to pick her husband first. But Chanel picks Max, shocking everyone. Then Day picks her partner and she picks Sun, instead of complying with the system and picking Almond. Day speaks when the spotlight is on her. She tells the farm's secrets while Valentine shows the videos she filmed on the big screen. The videos show people who didn't comply getting captured and locked up under the farm. The public is angry and protests. Sun, Day, Paper, and Almond escape in the chaos. Almond doesn't want to go with Valentine and Chun when they leave. Valentine has to tell them that Almond is a traitor who told Jenny about their plans. But she still wants him to come with them because he is her brother and their mother has been searching for him for years and she is waiting for him. Valentine cannot persuade Almond, who stays on the farm, so she leaves without him. Almond doesn't want to hurt his friends anymore. He keeps their location secret when the authorities ask him. Chanel defies her mother and stresses that she'll marry who she chooses. She decides to follow her own wishes. Her father is proud because she had the courage to choose what she wanted. Jenny and her partner escape to the city grounds hideout. They want to bring up their son there. Paper can pick his partner now that he doesn't have to marry a woman, and he picks Chun. After 4 years, Sun and Day have a peaceful life with their son, but their peace might end soon because Mrs. Kwan's men find them.